Chapter 11. By the time the sun had set, the ship had changed from a beautiful dark oak to a black, smooth shape. To celebrate the end of a good job, the cook had laid on a large dinner of roasted chicken, vegetables, and even some jelly and custard for dessert. As they all sat relaxing after their large meal, Jenna looked over at Billy, who was busy picking bits out of his teeth using his fork as a toothpick. "Oh, Billy, why do they call you Old Billy? Is there a young Billy?" "Oh, that's a new one on me," he laughed, dropping his fork to the table. "I've always been Old Billy, love. Don't think I was ever young. I arrived an old man, and I'll stay an old man till the end of time." "But you must have been young once." The rest of the crew was smiling as they listened. Not one of them had any memories of Billy as anything other than an old man. "Not to my recollection, love. I've been told plenty times that I'm a young man stuck in an old body. Must be this gorgeous face." He smiled as he pulled at the wrinkles that ran from his eyes almost to his ears. "It should always have, love, just like we always called McDade the miserable git." The room erupted in laughter at this, except for Caleb, who scowled from the corner and mouthed at old Billy what looked like he was saying "foot hot," whatever that meant. Jenna laughed with them all and enjoyed the feeling of laughter. She hadn't seen much cause for laughter since getting up here. Usually this much laughter only happened if her friends showed her a funny video online. The rest of the evening was spent ribbing each other. There were even some jokes about Captain Jones's well-groomed hair. Jenna wasn't sure what time she finally went to bed, nor did she care. She'd had so much fun and laughed so much that her ribs hurt. In the morning, Jenna went straight to the kitchen where she helped prepare a full breakfast for the whole crew. Sausages, bacon, egg, mushrooms, toast, and even some fried tomatoes. The smell was delicious, and the food even more so. After breakfast, she got to work mopping the deck and admiring the view, watching the crew cast out their wide nets of golden copper wire into the clouds to gather the lightning. She didn't think she could ever get bored of such beautiful sunshine on top of the clouds, nor could there ever be a bad day. Chapter 12. As she enjoyed her second glass of orange, relaxing on some sacks of grain, old Billy ran past. He stopped at the railings, squinting and sniffing at the air. After a moment he stepped away. He spied Jenna sat on the sacks and smiled half-heartedly. "Thought I smelled something bad. Must have been my imagination. It happens sometimes. Part of all the wind, I guess." As he walked towards her, there was an almighty boom. The railing exploded in a shower of splinters, and old Billy was thrown to the deck hard. The whole ship, rocked by this hit, rolled to the right, throwing several crew members overboard. Jenna tried to grab the sack she'd been sat on, but it made no difference, as she was thrown clear over the railings. She somersaulted, looking at the clouds getting closer, before a hand grabbed her belt. She heard a yell as she bounced against the ship's hull. She twisted and looked up to see Caleb leaning out of a porthole. His arm bent in a strange way to hold on to her. Jenna twisted and grabbed the rope. Caleb's face relaxed as he was able to straighten his arm. Smithy was quickly at the top of the rope, pulling her up, as were others. She wasn't the only one to be so lucky, it seemed. She reached the top. There was another crack of lightning, cracking the hull, and raising a scream from below. Jenna looked down to see Caleb's arm now stopped below the shoulder. Jenna screamed in horror as Smithy pulled her aboard. The next crack rocked the boat back to straight, but the sails were no more, and a lot of wood had been destroyed. They were afloat, but it would only take one more hit. As the crew gathered their senses, Jenna looked in horror as the Centurion emerged from the clouds, its dark wood and blue sails breaking the cloud.